Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back for some more Dominion 6. Last time we did Fumikado Land. Yes. Which had some fun pumpkin riders, rocket pumpkins, some very solid sacreds. We did a 1v1 against Shitoto, the Sly Scoundrels, and we were victorious, so that's good. Let's roll up another one. We're listening to Chrono Trigger guitar covers. Why? I don't know. Why not? Ask yourself that once in a while. 231 is M.A. Trollstigen, Lurking Under the Bridge. Okay, it's a standalone troll-based nation. So we're going to turn off Lenin Project and enable Trollstigen version 0.04. Yes, I have my doubts, but it's on the workshop. That means that the creator wants people to try it, and try it we shall. Doesn't really say anything about not intending to be balanced or anything, so yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's try one of these new maps, Swignomia. We're gonna go 7 players. Well, it's got 55 fucking sea provinces. That's honestly pretty ridiculous. So maybe 7 land, 2 ocean? Might be a little crowded, but we'll see. I think this is 247. Nope. Coming up on the big 250 soon. That's kind of a landmark spot. All right, so 7 land, 2 water. Okay. Trollstigen. Trollstigen is a rugged mountain kingdom ruled by mighty troll kings whose mastery of earth magic rivals that of the dwarves. Within the misty forest, cunning forest trolls tend lichen on their stony hides, granting them unexpected defenses. Moose cavalry thunder forth from deep glens, their riders exalted in a knighthood through trials of taming these colossal mounts. Trollstigen's wizards channel earth, nature, astral, glamour, and death magic, weaving protective lichen enchantments and summoning herds of sacred moose. Though they survive on sticks and stones, their craftwork and military prowess makes them a surprisingly sophisticated and unquestionably fearsome nation. Huh. The lichen body trolls seems kind of familiar. I wonder if there was another nation we did that had that. I don't know. It seems kind of familiar though, doesn't it? Let me quickly mark this off on my list, though. I don't think we've done this nation, but anything's possible, I suppose. But regardless, we're marking it off now. So we have trolls with stony hides, weak to fire and acid. We survive on sticks and stones. Does that mean we eat sticks and stones? How is that relevant to our national features? Other than maybe we don't need to eat. Or we have supply bonuses. I don't know. We have limited but powerful trolls, archers, heavy war trolls, sacred moose knights, larger, softer skinned sea trolls by water. I think I'd remember sacred moose knights, though. Earth, death, nature, astral magic with some glamour, average priests in capital, giant forts. Very small roster compared to, like, the the Lenin Project and Toho mods. Troll Scout. Even our scouts are sacred. Holy shit. It's pretty unusual. That might be a first, really. 10% regen, susceptible to fire 10, susceptible to acid 10, stealth 50, dark vision 50, tax collector. Troll Lord, 100 leadership. Pretty much all the same stuff there. So yeah, national regen is oh so juicy. Susceptible to fire, though, is not great. Troll Shaman can also be recruited in all forests. 1 death, 1 nature. Earth, death, nature, glamour, 10% for an astral. It's not the greatest mage setup, but okay. Troll King, 150 leadership, 3 earth, 1 glamour, 1 holy. 15% regen. Susceptible to fire 10, acid 10, doesn't need to eat. Dark vision 50, tax collector, master smith 1. Tempted to recruit only these, because 3 earth is just so juicy. It's hard to say. Moose Lord, cap only, 50 leadership, sacred, regen, blah blah blah. It's not really a commander, it's sort of just built to be kind of a thug. And a thug it is. I mean, it's sacred, it's got full gear slots, 40 hit points, 24 protection on their body with the chainmail, so 11 natural. 14 MR, 14 morale, 24 speed. Only 11 attack and only 10 defense. And then the Moose, also sacred, 38 hit points, size 6, 6 natural protection, 9 defense, 5 MR, 9 morale. Okay, I mean, the Moose is kind of rough. 5 MR on a sacred mount is frickin' painful. Troll Saithberender, cap only. 2 astral, 2 death, 1 nature, 2 holy. Earth, astral, death, nature. 17 research. For 4 recruitment points, 485 gold. So that's 242 gold a turn. And you're going to get 8.5 research a turn. It's pretty low. Because we could just get shamans for 11 a turn for 210 gold, but they're not sacred, so in the long run, you know, it's sort of a horse apiece. It's certainly better than the Troll King's 6.5 research a turn. Maybe. I mean, obviously, big astral death communion is pretty enjoyable, especially when all your slaves are going to have regen. There's not much to worry about there. The problem is, of course, anytime you do a communion based out of recruitment 4, it's cap only. I mean, there's just not much of an option there. Hard to say. They don't need to go into communion. They do all have 2 death. Yeah, 2 death. They can upcast into Soul Vortex. And then we could just grab, like, trolls to regen. They could basically form their own, like, kind of turbo communion kind of thing. It's not a bad idea. To upcast, though, temp death gems, we need ghost orbs, usually, and that's death water. We're not getting any water here, so maybe our pretender, we might want to look at death water, but we'll see. Sea King underwater forts, 100 leadership, 3 water, sacred, 15% regen, and 10% underwater regen. That's a lot of regen. Amphibious, gift of water breathing 120. They have 63 hit points, 9 natural protection, 17 MR, 14 morale. It's a pretty damn strong light thug, I'll say that. With liquid body and quicken self and breath of winter, with the regen, with sacred, you know, if they have the flask, which they can make on themselves. That's a pretty damn nice light thug. It's only in underwater forts, though. Units. We have the standard troll, our cheapest, weakest unit. Oh, God. 60 gold for our cheapest unit is something. 2 resources, though. 35 hit points, size 5, 16 protection on the body, 9 defense, 14 MR, 12 morale, 13 speed, 10% regen. Susceptible to fire and acid 10, doesn't need to eat, mountain survival, dark vision 50. They have a length 2, 10 attack, great club for 34 damage. Honestly, I think you could maybe just make trolls. Take like sloth 3 or something. Troll archer. 17 resources. Same price. 35 hit points. 18 protection on the body, 21 on the head, 14 MR, 10 morale, 12 speed. All the same stuff. They can smack someone with their bow. Length 3, 8 attack, 17 blunt damage. But they have the great bow, 50 range, 12 precision, 22 piercing damage. Yeah, they pretty much hit the trifecta. So you could exclusively make troll archers, but the money that it would cost is astronomical. Unless you have some way of generating a lot of extra income that I don't know about, you'll never be able to amass these in like super big numbers. So it hits the trifecta, but it also is not really that viable. War Troll. 80 gold, 31 resources, 24 recruitment points, 38 hit points, 24 protection, 11 on the head, only 5 defense, 14 MR, 13 morale. But I just want to point out 24 protection and 38 hit points with 10% regen. So they're just regenerating like 3, yeah, I guess 3 hit points a turn. And they have a maul, 10 attack, 37 damage. Yeah, I wish their attack was higher, but still, I mean, they're going to be so hard to kill unless you're bringing fire damage. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Moose Knight, cap only sacred cavalry. I mean, Jesus. 40 hit points. 24 protection on the body, 11 on the head, 8 defense, 14 MR, 14 morale, 24 speed. All the usual stuff, including snow move, mountain survival, and forest survival. They have a 12 attack, 29 damage Morning Star, length 1, +2 versus shield. And then the Moose has 38 hit points, only 6 protection though, 9 defense, 5 MR, 9 morale. Has a 9 attack, 16 damage kick, 8 attack, 16 damage antlers. The Moose is the weak link here, of course. It has no armor and only 6 protection. It's size 6 mount. The rider's size 5. It's a pretty small difference, but when you get up to size 6, like this big, a lot of attacks are forced to hit the Moose. Like, they can't even reach the rider, from what I understand. So I think the Moose is going to take a reasonable number of attacks, especially from arrows and stuff, at size 6. You could take regen to give the knights even more regen, assuming it stacks, which I think it does. That would give them regen, but 6 protection is just so shitty. You could go for fortitude to give them full fizz resist, which is helpful for both, I suppose. Problem is, you really want to kind of help out the... Well, it's hard to say. 12 attack is low. You need some attack boosts. You don't really need anything to help with damage other than maybe magic weapons or something. But you definitely need attack. That helps them both a lot. So if you're going to go attack, it's like, how much are you really going to be able to get to help them out defensively? You could take Enlarge, because they're 1 to a square anyways, so Enlarge is maybe viable. Hard to say. Forest Trolls, non-fort forests. Technically our cheapest option, I suppose. 45 gold, 2 resources, 12 recruitment points. 26 hit points, 13 protection on the body, 9 defense, 14 MR, 11 morale. They have the regen, blah, blah, blah. Great clubs, 10 attack, 30 blunt damage. Yeah, they're forest trolls. Recruitable forest trolls are pretty good. Sea trolls, also pretty good. It's only in underwater forts, but Troll Guard are underwater and coastal forts. And these guys get 58 hit points, 16 protection on head and body, 10 defense, 14 MR, 13 morale, 10% regen, 10% underwater regen, meaning that underwater they'll regenerate like 12 hit points a turn. Or 10 maybe. Poison resist, susceptible acid 5. They have a length 4 coral glaive, 37 damage plus weak poison, but only 8 attack. Is really not so hot. If this attack value was higher, I'd say almost just like only make troll guards. But that is pretty low. But all of our attacks are low. Okay, let's look at spells. We get Sloth of Bears, Massing of Moose, so we can get 8 moose for 12 nature gems. But the moose are not super good. Lichen Body, Death, Nature, Combat Spell, range 10, AoE 1. Gives Lichen coverage 75%, reduces damage by 15, blah, blah, blah. It's Moss Body. Yeah, it's Moss Body. So, it's a Death, Nature, Moss Body. You know, we don't use Moss Body much outside of, like, Thugs. As an actual combat buff spell, like a point buff, it's just so inefficient. It's so small. It doesn't scale at all. You don't... I mean, you need so many mages. Like, if I wanted to point buff all my Sacred Moose Knights with Lichen Body, they're 1 to a square. So that means each mage I bring in is probably going to get 2 of them buffed. It's just rough. Like in Growth, however, we get better versions. 2 death, 1 nature, range 15, area effect 5. Now that is pretty significant. That means each one of these mages I can bring in gets 10 Moose Knights. That's a big jump, isn't it? So that's pretty damn strong. Carpets of Green, though. 3 death, 1 nature. Area effect 20. Does require a death gem to do, but you're talking some serious buff. That at this point, like, you start to buff your whole army with Moss Body. And it doesn't even have the fire... Oh, Moss Body buffs your fire resist. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't have the fire resist, but still. Very strong. Now, for that, we need 3 death, 1 nature. Right? That means 25% of these guys will have 3 death. That's a little iffy if we don't go into a communion. You know, if we have 1 master, 2 slaves, they're at 3 death, and they can cast that. We still have the issue of needing death gems, though. So we'll have to look at items to see if we get any gem generators. But that is very strong. AoE 20 Moss Body is very good. Not looking good. We get a discount on the Midget Masher. We get a discount on Earth Boots, that's nice. But otherwise, nothing. So yeah, Ghost Orb, 1 death, 1 water. I don't think there's much else that gives death gems. Not till you go to 7 and you get the Ancient Casket, which is 3 death, 1 blood. So yeah, we need a Pretender with death and water if we want to do that route. Enchantments, nothing. Thaumaturgy, nothing. Blood magic, nothing. Fine, nothing. Okay. So a death water Pretender. Well, there's the Linnemer. That gives death water right out the gates, no question about it. It does, however, give Sloth, which is pretty questionable. Sloth and death. Resources aren't really our problem, though. We're always going to be gold restricted, so I don't think we're ever going to not be able to recruit specifically because of resources. We can still take productivity 1. But, yeah, obviously our biggest problem is going to be gold. Everything requires massive amount of gold. So I do think an Awake Expander is probably the correct option. I know I always take it anyways, but it's probably correct. Not taking nature is a choice. That's for sure. He also has a Nep Smith 1, so he needs water too. We're not getting much of a bless. I don't know how much we're going to take the Moose Knights in that case, you know? It's like, I'm not going to have attack value. I'm not going to have anything to help out the actual moose itself. They're obscenely expensive at 140 gold each. I'd really probably rather have just more war trolls, you know? So, I don't know if it matters much. It really doesn't matter much. Fine. We're mostly... We're paying a lot to have this guy awake and out there immediately, but that's significant. And our scales are not too bad. Nidhogger. We have 7 land nations, 2 water nations, 150 land, so probably 25, 20, so, I mean 10 is probably correct, but there's so many sea provinces. I'm gonna bump it up to 12 out of concern that 4 of them are gonna be in the ocean, which is kind of okay for me, but there's also 2 water nations. Okay, here's the map. Very colorful. It's a style reminiscent of some other maps, but I don't know if we've played any with this from this creator. And I don't know what these stars are meant to be. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. So, yeah, it's a full wraparound map. But that also includes this weird old-school cave layer. That's gonna be trippy. Nothing in our cap circle's connected, though. Alright. Yeah, we're mostly interested in war trolls. And then for a mage, I suppose we want shamans for now, just because I can afford them. Alright, thrones. So obviously we got this one here. We have this one here. That's pretty simple. We have this one here, so we're going to go here, 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 here to get those 3. Very simple. Then there's the cave layer. So if we go right here... Ugh, that's really not connected. Oh god, the cave layer is wonky as hell. So yeah, we'd have to go all the way through here to get to this. Alternatively, if we take this sea province, we're connected right to it. So maybe getting like... Oh, also this right here. Oh, that's simple then. Okay, it shouldn't be too complicated. Okay. Yeah. He'll be good. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have him just get our connections. And we'll worry about... We'll have these guys worry about the cap circle. As predicted, we are cash starved. Would have sworn I'd pick up a limp there, but we're good. He'll be able to moss body himself. That's pretty nice. There it is. Never healing wound. Awesome. Inevitable, man. If you're gonna go out as an Awake Expander and not wait for... you know, protection buffs, you're gonna get... You're gonna get smacked. Big boar trolls. Oh shit, what happened to my army? Oh god. The trifecta. The fucking trifecta doesn't stop, baby. We didn't even lose an archer. What the fuck? That one is a shade throne, which is kind of annoying. Kind of annoying, kind of annoying. That one's pretty easy. Oh, I can also just cast Lichen Body on himself. Why not? Could have saved you from a never-healing wound. Wow, they popped that real fast, didn't they? Bulba's right there. I suppose that's not a surprise. He's got plenty of ways out, though, so he shouldn't really smack us. I guess we'll just take this. A lot of war trolls every turn, actually. I'm surprised. Yeah, fucking sprites, man. Fucking sprites. It's so stupid. Wow. The winterization here is like the worst I've ever seen. This looks like garbage. Jesus. Probably can take it, but yeah, we do have a pretty limited number. Great. I just took that. Thank you for taking it from me. Really appreciate it. Calum. Okay. Okay. And Atlantis there. Okay. Calum's capital is right there. We're all gentlemen here. We don't need to get in any scuffles. Yeah, I don't want to dilly-dally too long here. I also want to get a fort here. Come on. Good. Lost 2 war trolls there. I'll take that. Yeah, I suppose you may as well build it here. We got the Throne of Knowledge. Calum is accepted. Just leaves Atlantis. He's also picked up for himself a Wraith Sword, a Horror Helmet, Greenstone Armor, Boots of Long Stride, Ring of Tamed Lightning, and Bracers of Protection. So he has 27 protection on his body now. Regen and Fear. 16 attack on the Wraith Sword for 48 fucking damage with partial life drain. He's a bit of a boss. I'm tempted to maybe send him in on an arena battle if it comes up. This one they're not going to snipe for me anytime soon. So we can hold off on that. We are cash strapped again. But we got him back. That's good. Still got his never healing wound. It's a bummer, but go for some more property. I wonder if Moss Body and Lichen Body stack. I wouldn't think so. But damn it if I'm not curious. Liquid Body, though, of course. And yeah, of course I'm going to try to stack it. We'll see what happens. Atlantis really holding out here. I'm sure my war trolls are pretty fucking beat up. If I had to just guess. Okay, honestly, not as much as I thought. Jesus. That's pretty nuts. Oh, there were a bunch of forest giants in there. Of course there were. Well, fortunately, we didn't pick up any other problems. Give it another go. God, this map is really ugly when it's cold. Jesus. It was kind of pretty at the start, but this texture... Come on, man. I mean, really. That is atrocious. No, he did not cast. Also got popped, like, instantly from the forest giant. But we didn't pick up any other injuries, so it's good. Forest giants swing for 37 blunt damage. Yeah, it's painful, but we persevered. Okay. We'll take our third one. And it's just a question of this Shade Throne, which I'm not really looking forward to. My other option would be to hit the water and start going for like this one or something. Start taking over water, so I probably should. I'll take this plane because that's probably going to be pretty good income. Well, we'll send him back and he can forge Ring of Water Breathing. Okay, that was it. And yeah, I probably should build temples. True. It's pretty nuts, actually, how many fucking trolls I can make. It just does ravage my income. Uruk and Atlantis both accepted. Yeah. Poison doesn't bother us too much with that much regen. Alright, we're gonna wait here. Spreads death. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. Or death 3 here. In our capital. But it's fine. Pretty big upkeep. 768 a turn for those war trolls. That's probably when you have very expensive non-sacred units. You start amassing them, the upkeep just ravages you. Ravages you. All right, let's go for construction real quick so we can make that and start moving. And yeah, we were gonna have him make death orbs, ghost orbs, but we sorta need to just get in the water. We were gonna build sea troll guards, but can't really get that many, but then again, you don't need that many. So I guess he could wait and we could build but a shade does steel strength, which is armor negating. But I think like Moss Body takes place after that. Yeah, I mean honestly it's our best bet. But we have to go construction 5 to get the ghost orbs. Is that really worth my time? I don't know. It's hard to argue for that when we already have 3 thrones, and the 4th one is, like, in sight. The ball is just hopping all over the place. This is why we get our throne connections, though. Assuming everyone stays nicey nice. Alright, forge yourself a ring of water breathing, please. Anyone else want to forge him something cool that he could wear? No. Ivy crown. Crown of lead is not a terrible thing to have. He could get Wound Fend Amulet. I'm always more worried about MR though. Good. +5 defense underwater. Or we could just get ice shield. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see how his expedition goes underwater. I'm gonna keep going around with our prophet and building temples, which is a curious use of our doom stack, to be sure. But I don't want to take any more provinces on land. And, theoretically, I don't need to do anything but take this water. Theoretically. Caleb declares war. Well, so much for theoretically. Caleb doesn't threaten any of our thrones that far away, although he is a flying nation. Alright, Atlantis is there. That could lead to a cutoff. Technically, I didn't have to take either of these. I could have gone nodding right here. Yeah, little shitty Caleb. Okay. I think we probably should take some mages with us. So we have Lichen Growth. That's AoE 5, right? It just requires 2 death. That means any one of these guys that has 2 death can cast it. Which is basically every one of the big guys. Not gonna get all the war trolls or anything, not even close. But it'll get a bunch. Okay, we are cut off from that, which heavily limits our options. We are at war. We're going to be at war with Caleb. He doesn't really have any provinces or any thrones. So in that case, I think we're looking at... Oh, wait a minute. This... No, if we take that, we get that throne connection right away. Okay. We're connected to almost everyone in the game now, which is terrifying. Alright, we're at war with them. He can hit a good amount of our shit. Especially with... if he has a group that's all flyers, but the AI usually struggles to actually formulate that, so... we do get some nice troll PD. I'm gonna take the fight to him, to be honest. Theoretically, this game doesn't go on for much longer. We bumped Atlantis and Two Rivers Bay. That's a lot of damage. I got routed. Fuck. Well, that's bad. Can't believe I got routed. These damn mother guards and shit. Yeah, Troll PD. Troll Archer PD. Well, very strong option. So yeah, I'd say we got about half our War Trolls with Moss Body, which is pretty fantastic. Rogus the Troll Legend has joined us. 100 hit points, size 7, 24 protection with his Bloodstone armor on. So 20% regen, regenerates 20 hit points a round. 12 MR, 20 morale, 5 defense, 8 speed. He's got Animal Awe 1, Berserker +5, so he'll have even more protection. Inspirational +5, even though he only has 10 leadership, but whoever's with him is ready to fight. Keeps a small party, but they're fiercely loyal. He has the Hammer of the Mountains, length 4, 12 attack, 56 blunt magic damage, and an AoE 1 stun. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know who he would really have with him. I guess maybe just 5 War Trolls, to be honest. Like, that's a pretty nasty pack. Give me 5 War Trolls. Okay, that really sucked. That was really not a good one to get boxed out on. That limits our options pretty heavily. And it's always, we always get a fight with someone that doesn't benefit us at all to actually fight. Like, if Uruk had declared war, we probably would get access to this, but I imagine he's already taken Brienne, so this is sort of a moot point. I think probably our best plan is to take this. And we should probably take that with our... I mean, this is now moot. Unless we're going to go to war with Atlantis or something, there's just not much point to that. I feel like 70% of guitar covers for Chrono Trigger are of the Corridors of Time. Oh, because it's a... So it's like a 20-minute thing that he looped for 2 hours and 15 minutes. You ever notice that? It seems to happen a lot with music stuff on YouTube. It's all about padding the time. Also, I think we probably should have some bodyguards on our Prophet. Just grab 5 War Trolls. He just hit the province we left. Let's see how our PD does. Troll PD is phenomenal, man. Yeah, and vulnerability is actually a solid call there. I'll wait here a moment. Yeah, he took that. So, we don't really have an option without going into another war. Yeah. So, I guess I'm going to send you over to this. He's a terrible choice to fight the Shades because he's poison based. But you got to do something. Maybe if I get here. Maybe. Alright. Yeah, it's light thug shit. Speaking of which, go ahead and have some guards. Okay. Oh yeah, we could have twice borned all of our mages. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm holding out. He's got a bit of a doom stack. I'm kind of hoping he takes this so I can take it from him. I guess we'll see. Probably should have given this guy some more gear, right? Yeah, never mind. Why am I doing that to him? We could give him a horror helmet for one, you know, we could give him... He's got the bloodstone, which gives him the regen. It's pretty nice. But we could give him... Amulet of Giants. I think he's already size 6. He's size 7. He's just a monster. But the horror helmet for sure. And then we could give him... Could give him the snake bladder stick. Although we're not poison resistant, unfortunately. We have regen, which kind of nullifies poison, the poison damage, but it doesn't nullify the stat debuffs. And for a small thug pack like that, our stat buffs are, you know, our stats are pretty important, so that's probably not smart. If anything, we probably want to go construction 7. We can get some very nice things then. There we go. We knew that he'd come through. Ah, yeah, didn't come through at all. Where's your doom stack? Oh, he moved it onto here, and he took it. Okay. Well, unfortunately, that means he could hit Twin Peaks if he so desired. Passing turns again. Very quickly. And I'm trying to bait out something here. Alright, fuck it. He's gonna hit us. I'm aware. But sick of waiting around. Liger beat us to it. Alright, then we have no option other than this throne. I could hop off this spot, to be honest. And we could just go for it. I feel reasonably confident, I suppose. We have a lot of hit points and regen, and half of our guys will have Moss Body. Yeah, I mean... But imagine if we just took all the other mages here and just... Alright, let's storm... Yeah, we're going ham on mages. Let's try to get the entire army Moss Body, Lichen Body. Let's make it happen. Get out of your damn mind, son. I don't think the other mages got in there yet. Lost a war troll. Yeah, I'm not going to send him in, because he's going to be breathing poison gas everywhere, and it's not going to be pleasant. But we're going to take it. Bertelbach. Okay, well, we weren't... Yeah, the positioning wasn't great. That's true. Also, we had a lot more priests in that fight now. We lost 2 archers, 4 war trolls. Saithbrenders got 96 kills because they were all level 2 priests. And it was easy as piss. Also, we found a fucking armor of souls, which is pretty good. 10 hit points, 5 MR, 15 invulnerability, +1 blood magic, and 16 protection with 1 encumbrance. Pretty solid thing. Alright, well, job well done, gentlemen. Appreciate what you've done for us. Yeah, okay. That's it. Wow. Yeah. Pretty freaking easy game, I would say. I thought we'd be majorly cash strapped, and I think the idea of the nation, obviously, is that you have very strong troops, limited but powerful trolls. But the thing is, it's like, they're not that limited, and they're a bit too powerful. This, as a unit, is just stupid. 38 hit points, 2 to a square, 24 protection with 10% regen, and 14 MR, and 13 morale, and 11 speed. With a length 2 weapon, 10 attack, 37 damage. Anything it hits is basically smushed. And it's like, yeah, you know, if you're up against any amount of fire, you're fucked. You are 100% fucked. But if you're not up against fire, very, very little things can actually kill you. So it's just like, there's a reason this isn't a vanilla nation. You know, there's a reason there isn't a vanilla troll nation. Like, it just doesn't really work. The trolls need to be very limited in how many you can get and what they have. Like, there's no armored troll summon in the vanilla game. The best you can get is at, well, there's the Forest Troll Tribe. Yeah, Contact Forest Troll. So there's Forest Trolls and Sea Trolls. And you get 10 plus 1/2 for 10 gems. Or you can get the Forest Troll Tribe. You get a Shaman and 15 Trolls for 37 gems. Or you can get regular Trolls, 5 plus 1/2 for 10 Earth Gems. And I think regular Trolls are sort of the best you can get. I'm looking at Dominion Enhanced stats, apparently. But yeah, the regular Troll has 35 hit points, 15 protection. Oh, 16 on his body, I'm sorry. So 16 protection, 35 hit points, with the 10% regen. And they have the 10 attack Great Club, 34 damage. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty damn good. It's this thing, yeah, it's this unit. This is what you can get. So, those normally you get 5 for 10 Earth Gems. I can recruit these. And if I wanted to, I could recruit that many per turn. Theoretically. Actually, I could recruit a lot more if I had money. But, yeah, I mean, you can pretty easily get, like, 15 of these a turn. And the War Trolls are that, but just way better. With 24 protection. And again, we can get a lot of them. And we did. You just almost never lose them. We have 173 in circulation. And the Troll Archers, which are also really freaking ridiculous. It's just a bit too powerful. But then if you go up against a Fire Nation, you're 100% fucked. I mean, there isn't really a way around that. You have no option of fire resistance outside of a Pretender option. You know, you have no water, you have no fire. So it's just hope for the best. Now, you do have access to some big horde of skeleton shit to try to kludge things up and fatigue out the fire mages as they blast the skeletons, I suppose. I mean, that's something you could do. But yeah, it's just not... It's not a balanced nation, and I don't know how you would balance it without making the cost just, like, extremely prohibitive or something. Or just putting, like, a recruitment limit on everything. Like, if you just limited this to 5 per turn. But even then, I'm not sure. I mean, we probably averaged, like, 5 per turn throughout the game. Like, if it was limited to 5 per turn, I mean, this is basically what we did. And there were plenty of turns where we didn't recruit anything. So I don't know if that would even fix it. It's just too powerful for single player. But, yeah, it's single player. And I don't know. I'm actually curious to what percentage of these mods and these mod makers design with multiplayer in mind. Because I would imagine most mods are played single player. Like, most modded nations are played single player. The only real exception, like the Warhammer mod, I think it's a decent amount of multiplayer play, and the Dominion's Enhanced one now is going to get a decent amount of multiplayer play. The rest are pretty fringe, and just not played that often in multiplayer games, because balance is such a concern. So, yeah, I don't know. So, but for single player, it's OP, and that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, it's sort of a bummer. But like I said, it's one of those nations where it's just like, I don't know how you would balance this. The troll nation concept is just kind of inherently powerful. Because it's sort of like if you had a nation and it was the... I don't know, just pick like any sort of higher end summon. Like, if you had just, like, the Fall Bear Nation or something. Like, if you had a nation around the elemental animals, or the seasonal animals one, like Fall Bears, Winter Wolves, like, that was the whole nation. It's like, how the fuck are you gonna balance that shit? Or, any sort of Naiad warrior nations, you know, the Naiad nation. I mean, these are really good units. There's a reason these are limited summon things that require a limited resource to get, like, you know. So, I don't know. It was fun, though. This map, I was on board, and I like it, except for the winter look, the cold snow look. It's just so trash. I'm sorry. I really apologize to whoever made it, but it's not good. Some of it's good. I mean, this is okay. It's fine. This is livable, but the marshland, it's just puke. Aside from that, though, like, the normal look is fine. And, I mean, I think the idea with this cave layer is kind of interesting. It's a lot of connections. I mean, normally you never have this many connections to a cave layer. They're everywhere. So, for us to actually have, like, a connection to almost every nation in the game on turn 45, pretty crazy. Yeah. Good stuff. My name is Mangg. Game watching has been Dominion 6. I'll see you fine folks next time.